Shawna, what are we doing today?
We are going to be working with the Durkee Easy single needle cap frame. This is for your single needle machine. It's not meant for like commercial use, and it works best with a slightly floppy hat, which I actually prefer. I think these are way more comfortable and a lot easier on your hair.
No hat hair, huh?
No hat hair with a soft hat. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go over how we're going to hoop it. Once we have it hooped, we're going to bring it over to the machine, and then we're going to stitch out. We won't show you all of the stitching, so we don't want to bore you. And then we'll show you how to remove the hat from your Durkee frame. So, there's two ways that you can put the stabilizer on. You can do it like a more traditional way where you place it in like this, or since you need to use a stick tearaway, you can actually hoop it just on the back side of this 5x5 embroidery field. So let's put this down. And you don't need the top part of your 5x7 hoop. It just slides right in.
So the hat hoop becomes the top part of their hoop.
It does, yes. And then I have one of these little screwdrivers. And just off to the side, I'm going to tighten this in. We want to make sure it's snug so we don't have any puckering or scooting. And I would have to say that's pretty snug.
Yeah, it looks pretty tight.
I'm going to take a seam ripper and just score the inside area. Oop, the inside area here. Make sure you're doing this on a hard surface. Then we're just going to pick up the side and remove this paper. Oh, so clean.
Oh.
So we are going to take our hat. I'm using the seam here in the front as a reference for my center point. We went ahead and marked it here, but you also have markings here to line up the top of the seam with to make sure that you are centered in the hoop.
Yeah, it's also, isn't it easier if they get a 6-panel hat as opposed to a 5-panel hat? Because the 6-panel has that seam down the center, right? Makes it easier to
Yes, it's a lot
center.
easier. I'm going to push it down almost as far as I can, and I'm going to try to take this inner band and flip it under just to lengthen our field of embroidery. So although we're working in our 5x7 hoop, we are limited to about 5x5 embroidery field, but for a cap,
That's
I
a
feel
lot.
like that is a lot.
It's
Yeah,
a lot.
that is a lot. And mine has been used quite a bit, so I have to hold the bottom to screw it in. It's been well loved.
So 5x5 embroidery field is already bigger than the multi-needle cap frame.
Yes. I'm lining up this seam, and I'm checking the back side here to make sure that it is fully lined up. So I'm going to press this onto that sticky stabilizer, and then I'm going to slowly work my way out and make sure that it is completely flat in the hoop. I'm gonna press it down and reinforce the stick, or to smush it. Okay, let's move over to the machine. Okay, let's put this on the machine. I'm gonna slide this on. I'm gonna lock this down, and I'm just gonna reinforce the stick. So, as you can see on our screen, we have our design selected, all of our colors picked out. It's a little sugar skull cupcake. Something that you do need to do when you're using a cap frame is to check your embroidery field. So I'm just going to check the top by tapping this button here. And it moves to the top so I can see that I have plenty of room to embroider.
Ooh, and you're right smack in the center too.
Right?
I'm
really so well. Good.
So good.
Then I'm going to check the furthest left point of my design, and then the furthest right point of my design, and I don't think it's going to interfere with any part of the hoop, and the foot has a totally clear space to embroider. So we're going to press OK. We're going to put our foot down and press start. It is stitching out beautifully. Fenton is calling you, and they interrupted my video. Fenton, Missouri.
Oh. Okay.
Our embroidery is done. Look at how cute it came out. That sugar skull design is so perfect. So let's talk about removing it from the hoop. So I'm going to leave everything how it is and actually start by pulling out my design. And look at that. perfect cutout of our sugar skull cupcake. Now I can start unscrewing. I can pull this out and then reshape the bill of the hat, and it is all done! I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. I can't put it on, my braids are too big. It's like a child's hat. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial of how to use the Durkee Easy Frame with your single needle embroidery machine.